Hello and welcome to the Top 10 Things channel. Today we are going to know about the top 10 oil-producing countries in the world. Statistics are from the Energy Information Administration, EIA, and include total production of petroleum and other liquids. Here's a look at the top 10 oil-producing countries. 10. Iran. Production, 2,500,000 bpd. Iran's oil output decreased from 3,458,000 bpd in 2022 to 2,500,000 bpd in 2023. According to the EIA, Iran holds the world's third largest proven oil reserves, as well as the world's second largest natural gas reserves. Despite its abundant reserves, Iran's oil production has substantially fallen in recent years. It produced 4,779,000 bpd back in 2017. 9. Kuwait. Production, 2,610,000 bpd. Kuwait is on this list of the top 10 oil-producing countries, whose output decreased in 2022 for the third time since 2018. In 2016, production reached 3,072,000 bpd, then dropped to 3,025,000 bpd in 2017. In 2018, the country made a slight recovery, producing 3,059,000 bpd. Production fell again in 2019 to 3,017,000 bpd. 8. Brazil. Production, 2,900,000 bpd. Brazil's oil production fell from 3,769,000 bpd in 2020 to 2,900,000 bpd in 2023. According to the EIA, total primary energy consumption in Brazil has nearly doubled in the past decade because of sustained economic growth. The largest share of Brazil's total energy consumption is oil and other liquid fuels, followed by hydroelectricity and natural gas. In April 2022, Brazil was reportedly in discussions with the US to increase its oil production in response to Russia's war in Ukraine. 7. United Arab Emirates. Production, 3 million bpd. The United Arab Emirates is an OPEC member, and has ranked among the world's top 10 oil-producing countries for decades. In 2021, it saw a small year-on-year increase in production, with oil output rising to 3,786,000 bpd. The country holds the world's eighth largest proven oil reserves at 98 billion barrels, with most of those reserves located in Abu Dhabi. The United Arab Emirates accounts for 5.6% of global total reserves. 6. China. Production, 4 million bpd. China's annual oil output was 4 million bpd in 2023. The nation is the world's second largest consumer of oil and moved from being the second largest net importer of oil to the largest in 2014. China is the world's most populous country and has a rapidly growing economy, factors that have driven its high overall energy demand. In fact, the Asian country is the top consumer of oil, with 55% of its imports coming from OPEC member countries. According to Reuters, during the first few months of 2022, China's crude oil refineries have been cutting production due to COVID-19 lockdowns as the virus continues to challenge the government's zero-COVID strategy. 5. Iraq. Production, 4,260,000 bpd. In 2017, despite increasing its output, Iraq got bumped from its position as the sixth largest oil-producing country. Output in 2018 helped the Middle Eastern nation regain its sixth spot position. The country has seen its oil production decrease significantly in recent years, falling from 4,788,000 bpd in 2019 to 4,149,000 bpd in 2021. It holds the world's fifth largest proven oil reserves at 145 billion barrels, that represents 8.4% of global reserves. 4. Canada. Production, 5,556,000 bpd. Canada's annual oil production rose to 5,556,000 bpd in 2021, up from 2020's output levels of 5,235,000 bpd. Nearly all of Canada's proven oil reserves are located in Alberta, and according to the province's government, 97% of oil reserves there are in the form of oil sands. Energy exports to the US account for the vast majority of Canada's total energy exports. However, because of economic and political considerations, Canada is developing ways to diversify its trading partners, especially by expanding ties with emerging markets in Asia. 3. Saudi Arabia. Production, 10,225,000 bpd. Saudi Arabia's oil output came in at 10,225,000 bpd in 2022. The country possesses 17% of the world's proven petroleum reserves and is the largest petroleum exporter. Its oil and gas sector accounts for around 50% of its gross domestic product and about 85% of its export earnings. As mentioned, Saudi Arabia played a key role in OPEC's decision to curb oil output back in 2020. The country decided to reduce production by 3.3 million BPD to meet the conditions of a deal signed with other OPEC members and allies. In 2022, the country's U.S. relations have soured to the point that the Arab kingdom seems unwilling to increase production in an effort to bring down rising gasoline prices. 2. Russia. Production, 10,503,000 BPD. Most of Russia's reserves are located in West Siberia, between the Ural Mountains and the Central Siberian Plateau, as well as in the Urals-Volga region, extending into the Caspian Sea. As the second-largest oil-producing nation, Russia accounts for 10% of global output. In response to Russia's war in Ukraine, Canada, the US, the UK and Australia have banned imports of Russian oil, representing about 13% of Russia's exports. In March 2022, the International Energy Agency, IEA, warned that Russia could be forced to cut 30% of its crude oil production, resulting in a serious global oil supply crisis. The implications of a potential loss of Russian oil exports to global markets cannot be understated, the IEA stated. 1. United States. Production, 11,567,000 BPD. Number 1 on this list of the top 10 oil-producing countries is the U.S. The U.S. has been described as a swing producer because its production fluctuates alongside market prices. Texas leads the way as the biggest oil-producing state in the nation, with output nearly 4 times as high as the second biggest oil-producing state, New Mexico. In addition to being a major oil producer, the U.S. is a big consumer of oil. Last year, the U.S. consumed a total of 7.22 billion barrels of petroleum products, that's an average of about 19.78 million BPD. If you like this channel, then don't forget to like, subscribe and press the bell icon so that you can get our all upcoming interesting videos.